Hey everyone, here's part 2 of tonight's class lecture notes, okay? From the Precalculus Google Classroom. And here we go. You can see number 4. We have x to the 4th minus 14x squared plus 45 equals 0. Let's look at the first one. Number of complex roots, which is look at the first term. And the one I'm just highlighted is a 4. And that's our answer for the first one. So far, are you okay on that? All right. And the rest, 2 through 5 and the rest, we can do it by observation and the factoring, okay? Let's go down here. We have, I move down, is this equation factorable? In this case, that's yes. And we did the first part. What is the factors of x to the 4th? X times x. X squared times x squared gives x to the 4th. And we look at the very last term is 45. What are factors of 45? We have 45 times 1, 15 times 3, 9 times 5. All right, and look at the middle term is 14. In this case, we eliminate 45 and 1, 45 times 1, 15 times 3, and what's left over? 9 times 5. And of course, this, okay, my mistake, they got corrected. All right, we have negative 9 and negative 5. All right, equal negative 9 as for the first parentheses, x squared minus 5 in the second. Any questions on that part? All right. And then we could factor out the x squared minus 9 will equal 0. We have x minus 3, x plus 3 into separate factors. And you can see for the rest of it, we have x3, x equals positive 3 and negative 3. So far, it's not that bad, right? Okay. And then we have of course, we have the x squared, and we have to add 5 to both sides of the equation. We got x squared equals 5. And then, in order to get this, we have to do this. X equals plus or minus square root of 5. And then we have negative square root of 5 and a positive 5 square root of 5. That's our x's. All right. So far, so good, right? I'm a little bit concerned, but I want to make sure everything's good. All right. Let's go on to the part. Possible number of real roots. 4, 2, or 0 for the first part. Same thing with the imaginary possible number of imaginary numbers. 4, 2, or 0. And then the positive roots, positive real roots, we have 1. No, actually, positive real roots. I'm thinking another one. It's 2, because we have positive 2. These are 2 roots. And same thing with the negative real roots. All right. 2 or 0. 2 or 0. on the possible number of positive real roots and negative real roots. So those are 2 or none. Okay? So far everyone's up to date. All right. Remember the factors of 45. That's our possible real roots. Rational roots. Tongue-tied. I don't know why I say real roots. I do apologize. It's okay. I just want to make sure everything's okay. Then we have plus or minus 1, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 5, plus or minus 9, plus or minus 15, plus or minus 45. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 possible numbers for the possible rational roots. Okay. You're more than welcome to stop the video at any time. No need to be rushed. Make sure you got the concept and an idea of how to work on these problems. All right. And then the roots are negative square root of 5, positive square root of 5, 3, and negative 3. Those are 4 roots. And that completes problem number 6. Number 4, actually. Any questions on this part? All right. Let's move on to the last one. This is kind of like a little bit of everything. Remember a familiar term we normally use when you use in algebra? It will pop up in a few minutes, okay? We have number 10. X to the 6 minus 2x to the 4th minus 4x squared plus 8 equals 0. First thing first, let's look at the complex roots. How many complex roots are there? 6, right? Because look at the first term. We'll circle this part. We have 6. That wasn't too bad. All right, let's go on to the next part. And let's do the work. Question. Is this equation factorable like the last time? Yes. Good. That we can do that. There's one way we could do this. Remember back at the beginning we had the actual, here it is, the actual factoring worksheet, reference worksheet. We have the GCF, all the methods we can use. We have to use, look at the top, GCF, right? Greatest common factor. That's what we can use. We can use other ones, but this will help you understand the equation to a T. All right. So I'm gonna put GCF. All right. Let's look at here. We have. Let's do this. X to the 4th and 4. You can see why in a minute. Watch this part. This is kind of a little tricky. X to the 4. All right. So far, you're okay with that? Okay, let's look at the first term. The first part. What's 6 minus 4? 2. It'll be x squared. And what's left over? Minus 2. Same thing. What's left over? X squared minus 2. There, that's it. That's how you clean it up a little bit. So far, so good, everyone. And then we can do into separate factors. X to the fourth minus 4 equals 0. X squared minus 2 equals 0. And then we have to factor out this. I'm going to show you why. Factor out these two. It will be, what is factors of x to the fourth? X squared. X squared. And then we have a plus 2 minus 2. And then, okay, that's how we got that. Then we got x squared minus 2 equals 0. Okay, here's a question, folks. This is a doozy. Do you see something that is the same? If so, which one? The x squared plus 2. X squared minus 2, I'm sorry. X squared minus 2. That's right. I'm sorry, my mistake. So I'm going to do this. Since we have seen double, we do this. Equals 0. X squared plus 2 equals 0. So far, so good. All right. We had two separate ones. I do apologize. Yes, that is correct. So I'm going to do this. And we're going to do this together, actually. It's going to be easier. X squared minus 2 equals 0. X squared plus 2 equals 0. We do the basic work. So it'll be, in this case, we'll do x squared minus 2 is plus 2. Both sides, x squared equals 2. And then we're going to do this. We put left x alone. Remember this, the positive or negative function? And that will be a square root of 2. And then the final answer will be x equals negative square root of 2, positive square root of 2, negative square root of 2, positive square of 2. The reason why I got these two, because of this. Because of the 2 on the parentheses. Alright. So far we got 4. Any questions on this part? Alright. Let's go here. X squared plus 2. Then we get subtract 2 to both sides of the equation. Actually, let me do these out. It looks better. X squared equals negative 2. But this is a different one. X equals plus or minus negative 2. Remember our imaginary number? Negative 1 equals I. Watch. Multiply negative 1 times 2. This will be, watch and see, equals plus or minus I is 2. Square 1 times 2 is 2. And our final answer will be x equals negative I square root of 2. Right? And then positive I equal square root of 2. We have 2 more. Any questions on this portion? All right, let's finish this up. The question is possible number of real roots is 4. Actually, 6, 4, 2, or 0. Okay. Same thing with an imaginary numbers. And then possible number of positive real roots. Let's look here. 2 or 0. Same thing. All right. So far, so good. Let me zoom in. All right. And then what are the rational roots? Factors of 8. Totally forgot about that. Forgive me on that. We have 8 and 1, 4 and 2. And that's our answer. Positive or negative 1, positive or negative 2, positive negative 4, positive negative 8. That's our rational roots part. And then our last answers will be, for the roots, we have a negative 2, negative square root 2, negative square root 2, let me see, twice, because I'm going to tell you why. Negative square root 2 times, a positive square root 2 twice, and then we have negative I square root 2 and a positive I square root 2. Because when you look at the answer sheet and it says square root of 2 multiple 2, same thing. That is the reason why. Because there's 6 answers. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That is why there's 2 of these and 2 of these, because of the number 2 right there. So there any questions? Any more questions on this part? All right, there you have it, folks. We just completed parts 1 and 2 in the analyzing and solving polynomial functions. I hope these notes will help you understand further in this selection. And if you have any questions and concerns, please contact me on my Google Classroom page for any more references or questions. Until then, everyone, you have a wonderful and safe rest of your week. Till then, talk to you soon.